Yeah, I did. Mhm. Mhm. Oh, that's what she did. She more or less stayed at home and just raised dogs. And me personally, I got into the programmer gig from when I was real young, so I would actually work on computers. The school calls me out, post office does, people when Lynn comes to me. I'm yeah, my actual house is like a mom and pop shop because Dad works on CBs, radios. I mean, we work on anything and everything, but when it comes to computers, Dad throws them off on me. Mm-hmm. Yeah, my dad, he knows everything about CB radios, or any damn thing when it's dealing with radio equipment. I mean, that's just his hobby. But it's crazy. Yeah. That's part of his electrician. He knows all of that. He knows how to bend pipe, run the wire, do the lights, you name it. A camera. Yeah, he would. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, yeah. 200 catch on fire. I remember playing around with it, and it was a playing with, and I actually cooked beef jerky. I made beef jerky, a little box with tinfoil and shit, and stuck some Cheers stuff in there, and put it in there and put the day. Yep.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's one thing. You know, I know how to gut a deer. I know how to do any. I was taught all that when I was a kid.
Especially how to grow stuff, man. You need to learn. Well, if you
Exactly.
can grow pot, you can grow vegetables.
Well, I
But
haven't.
if you can skin a deer, you need to learn. Listen to this. I just found this out a few months ago, and I should be shot in the head for not knowing
And I
this shit
also
since
know
I'm
how to
from the
make
country.
electricity from nothing. I know how to make. What you do is, it's a little box with a little engine. You stick it in the water, and that water goes in that box and comes out the exhaust, and it's like a little waterfall in there that keeps on turning these impellers. It's always got constant motion coming from the top, like the pressure of the water's pushing down. So you put your box in the bottom, and that water's pushing in there, turning these gears and coming out at the bottom of the box, at the bottom of the lake, and you'll forever have electricity because it'll be a forever motion.
I
And the,
got something better than that. You ain't even got to have water about. Listen to this. I came up with something. It's a magnetic turbine. It always turns off magnets that are opposites. So I'm saying if you take a
oh
positive and a
yeah.
negative, it's always going to have tension between it. And that would always, dude, if you had a large magnet with two different opposite sides, that turbine would spin constantly, like you're talking
Well,
about.
you mills, all type of stuff out in the yard. And on top of it, we've actually got a little turbine that we made is dealing with a generator, a gas generator that back feeds into itself. So once we get it started, it don't need nothing. It just runs.
Nice. Why don't
Yeah.
you patent it?
Well, one guy did try to patent the same thing we was doing.
Let me tell you what not to do. Don't ever go through those fucking patent companies
Mm-hmm.
because they will steal your idea. Always get you a good lawyer that you can trust.
Well, you see, the thing is, you're taking small watt of energy and producing a lot, and you're just siphoning off a little bit of that lot energy to start up the little energy. Really hard to explain, but if I would took pictures of it and see how everything was set up, everything would start clicking.
Nice.
How
Have you ever
everything works.
have you ever thought about like hooking that up to like a solar panel so you can run your
We have.
internet off of it?
That's what we're saying. We have. I used that like during Hurricane Katrina. Nobody had power, but I did. I was on the internet was down because the station over was down, but I had power. I was cooking. I was playing on games and stuff like that. But yeah,
Really?
yes, we
Good
got a
shit. Because I
power.
had to use a generator.
We also got a power bank underneath the floor here that can last us up to I think it's a week. We was gonna do a little bit more to it. We're trying to build it up enough where we're not independent off the grid. We don't have to use
Yeah.
so much off the grid.
So how do you do that? How do you build a little bank like that?
Best thing to use are those, those forklift batteries like you got in a forklift?
Uh-huh.
Those are the batteries we're using. They're fucking humongous, and they're 12 volts, and they're fucking the top of the ground.
But you got it in like a box, right? I mean,
Yeah,
like
yeah, they're in a special container that has no air, no nothing, and
No
it's
rust.
just buried, yeah. Yeah. So no liquids or nothing can get to it. Yeah, I sent you an invite for the what you call it.
Take a shot, man. 'Cause
But
my
you
fucking
see what I mean. Say for
Yeah.
instance, you just got a swimming pool. This little box I've been working on. You can stick it in the water, and that water will keep on going inside
shit,
of that
it says
box.
broadcast has been stopped.
It shouldn't be. I've got it. It says
Try it
on the
again.
air. Yeah, it says on the air. Let's see. Oh, that's fine. Let's see. It might be because it expired, the invite or something did. If not, I think you can probably go to my name and click on and
Yeah,
And
let
I-
me try that. Go to the party, you mean?
yeah.
Yeah, please, Lord, let it work. Yes, it's gonna work. I love Resident Evil, man, dude. I've always been a big fan, especially the first one. So,
Yeah, the first
but
one.
hey, before we start this and talk about Resident Evil, I would love to just talk with you more about this whole energy thing, man, because I am very interested in that, and I actually have some ideas.
Well, you see, we
We can
live
actually make some money together.
we live in the woods. I mean, I live in a natural forest. And that's the thing. The government and all that don't like people like that guy with the rain. Like those people, like they can't able to collect free rain because they're not actually buying it from the government. There's the same ideal. If they had exactly with what we know and what we was able to produce, it would totally fuck over Alabama Power. Cause like the little water generator I was talking to, the only thing you need is a pool of water that just supplies pressure that goes into that box to keep the turbine turning. You just gotta set it. In anything, a swimming pool, for instance, would do the trick, as long as it's got enough water to produce the weight it needs. And
Right.
it'll forever keep it in cycler motion, cause it'll forever be vacuum cleaning it and keeping a suction through it, keeping those turbines going, even though it's at the bottom. You won't need no, for instance, you won't need no waterfall. You're making your own miniature waterfall inside of the box that's turning the turbine. That's the way it has to be designed. And as it's
Yes.
going, the water's going out the back. I mean, we got a little thing we've been working with is exactly
Hold
as...
on. Is it safe to talk on this?
Lord, I don't know. I ain't really talked too much about stuff like that on the air or anything,
That's
but
what I'm saying. Maybe we should just wait and talk on Messenger about this, man. This is some good shit. You never know who's listening. I'm just being honest.
oh yeah.
Let's what do I click on?
Oh, okay. Let me see. Lord, I'm trying to think. It's been a while since I did this. Normally I can just invite people, but if the internet connection is kind of jiggy, it does act stupid from there. I was trying to think how you could find me on YouTube. My internet can... Hey, I wonder if I turn down the actual... Let me stop the broadcast, and I'm gonna turn the quality down. Study to see. Yeah, I'm gonna turn that down. That might help it. Let me see.